So now let's start with the Hadoop framework. So we discussed Hadoop is a data management framework, right? So framework we have. So framework means we have so many components available. So see in Hadoop basically we have two are the core components we have. One is the HDFS and one is the MapReduce, right? From the client here, now we got the data, we can do the storage, right? We can process, right? So in a Hadoop also, so we can do the storing and processing here. HDFS, it is for storage. And let's see the MapReduce, it is for processing a data. First let's see HDFS. HDFS is nothing but it's a Hadoop distributed file system. See the name on the parallel processing, right? Distribute the file system. Parallel processing concept. For example, let's see from the client here, I got the 100 GB of the data, so I'm taking 100 systems here because we have a scalability and I'm doing the parallel processing. So let's see in HDFS, so I'm taking the more data, taking as a more systems here. In a Hadoop, right, in a HDFS, each system we call as a data node. For example, let's see my laptop is a one data node, right? See in my laptop, I have a, right, so see in my laptop here, I have a 1000 node, my laptop is a one data node. So here, if you see, I have a C, D, E, F for the hard disk drives, right? The same way in every node, we have a number of blocks available here. So guys, what is the Oracle block size? Any idea? Oracle block size? It's a 4 KB, right? So if you take the 100 MB file, how many blocks required here? 25,000 blocks, 25K blocks. Because the file in MB, block size in 4K, KB only. So, right, but see in a Hadoop, see in HDFS, 64 MB is the minimum default block size. The minimum default block size. So if you take the, right, if you take the 100 MB file, how many blocks required here? Maximum of 2 blocks, right? 2 blocks here. So what I'm saying is that in a Hadoop, so right, the block size are very high here because we are handling the big data. 64 MB is the minimum block size, 120 MB is the recommended block size, and the 512 MB is the maximum block size. So this is a question for Hadoop certification. In a Hadoop certification, they'll ask the common question, the block size, right? Block size information. So like this, we have a number of blocks, right? Everything on the nodes, all the nodes in the racks, all the racks in the cluster level. So store the data, distribute the data across the different nodes in a cluster setup we have. Let's see the sample cluster. See, this is the cluster, these are all the racks and these are all the nodes. In each node, we have internal logically, we have a number of blocks available here. So this is about storage. From the client here, now we got the data, we are storing everything on the HDFS, means we are distributing across all the nodes, internal logical blocks we have. From the client here, now we got the requirements like a jobs. So these jobs are handled by processing on the MapReduce in a Hadoop system. Because the Hadoop will know only MapReduce for processing a data. For example, let's see, I know about Java. Let's write the Java coding part, and everything is going to the MapReduce processing on Hadoop system. Right? For example, let's see guys, I don't know about Java. Then how we can process? Let's go for the Hive. Hive is a warehouse, and they have their own language is called the Hive query language. It's same like a SQL here. Here, every query is going to the MapReduce processing on the Hadoop system. For example, let's say I don't know about Java, I don't know about the Hive also. Then how we can process? Let's go for the Pig. Pig is a scripting language. here every query is going to the MapReduce for processing on Hadoop system. So if you see here, MapReduce, 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 it is a backbone of the Hadoop for processing the data, right? And these are all the depends upon our knowledge. So Java or a Hive or a Pig. So for example, let's see a small requirement in Java, it will take the 3 to 4 hours minimum, the coding part. And the same job I can do with the Hive, the half an hour time maximum. Same job I can do with the, right, the 15 minutes time for the maximum. Because the coding part is a very less in Hive and a Pig compared to Java here. Right. So these are the different ways of the processing a data. Different technologies we have. For example, let's see, my client is using Oracle database, Oracle or DB2, any database. So I want to migrate from the other database to Hadoop. Right? How we can do migration? So normally we use some ETL tools, right? But see, in a Hadoop itself, we got the one of the component is called as ETL tool. So it's called the Scoop. Scoop is nothing but you can import the data from the any database to the Hadoop. The same way you can export from the Hadoop to the any other database also, right? So Scoop is like a ETL tool. It's like a data exchange tool. So easy to import and easy to export also. So guys, until now we discussed only the core components. In a Hadoop, we discussed about storage on HDFS, processing on the MapReduce, using a Java knowledge or the Hive or a Pig, and using a Scoop, importing, exporting a data. So from the Apache, we got all these core components. So 70% of the Hadoop is dependent upon these core components. But working on the real-time industry, guys, so you have to know about the advanced concepts as well. Let's see the advanced concepts. One is the Impala. Right, one is the Flume, one is the Solar, one is the Hue, and the Wooji, HBase, and the Zookeeper. Let's see on the Impala. Impala is nothing but it is like a minimum of 20 times and maximum is 100 times. It is a faster than Hive. Impala is from the Cloudera team. It's a backend engine is called the distributed SQL engine. It's good for retrieval data, only for retrieval. Suppose let's see, my client is a Apple. They want to know about the iPhone 5 tweets, right? So where the tweets in social media, right? I mean online, right? So for example, Facebook or Twitter like that. So using a Flume, you can stream the web data and the store into the HDFS. Storing into the Hadoop storage, streaming the data, and whatever you streaming, store everything into Solar, and we can do the keyword search, and we can customize the collection also. So these both are for streaming the web data, right? Streaming the web data here. So for example, let's see, my client requirement is he want to see the analysis part. So he want to see iPhone 5 is a positive or negative tweets. Is it good or bad? Right? So how we can stream data? For example, let's say I'm taking Twitter here. So using a Flume, we can stream the web data, store everything in Solar. Anyway, it's a part of the HDFS and store everything onto the Hive or a Java or a Pig. We can do the analysis, right? And once you got the output, then store everything into the analysis. Right? Again, storing output data here. So see here, this analysis is nothing but this analysis is called the sentiment analysis, social media analytics, nothing but checking about each tweet is a positive or negative. So this is a one real-time project. So I'll cover this project as well. This is called the social media analytics. See, we discussed so many components until now, right? So see name all the Hadoop components, everything is installed on the Linux machine. Linux machine here. So in the Linux machine, we have so many commands, right? If you want to make a folder also, you have to write the command. So we got the alternative way is called Hue. Hue is like a web UI, like a GUI. So it means in Hadoop, we can access the two ways. One way is through CLI, means command line interface, writing all the commands, or one way is a Hue. Just using the mouse, you can play with that. Just using a mouse, you can do everything. And the OG nothing but schedule the job. HBase is nothing but processing the real-time data. See, we discussed Hadoop for OLAP, right? And Hadoop started the OLTP also using HBase. So actually until now, right, we discussed Hadoop is the best solution to handle the big data and doing as analytics. And they started with the real-time processing also. It means take the big data and we can manipulate also. We can change also data, right? So this is called the OLTP processing in here. HBase also processing the OLTP data. You see in the market. So until now, using the big data handling, storing and processing. And recently, right, all the companies started the OLTP also. They're mostly focusing on the HBase technology also. So here what I will do is, I will show the different types of integrations like HDFS to HBase, like Hive to HBase, like Pig to HBase, like HBase Java API, HBase Java API to connect to the client machine. So I will show you all these ways. So these are all the not the theory part. These are all the real-time scenarios, real-time project level. So whatever I've worked in the real time, I'm just showing everything here. And coming to the Zookeeper, Zookeeper is a coordinator between the multi-clusters and for to adding a node, removing a node. So we use Zookeeper tool here. See guys, these are all the basics and these are all the advanced concepts. This is all about overall the Hadoop technology. So let's see from the client. Here we got the raw data. Okay, so we're using Hadoop for storing and processing the big data, right? End of the day, right? So client want to see the reports, right? If you see the output of the Hadoop, you will see the billions of records also. End of the day, client wants to see the reports. So here what I am doing is, right, I will teach the Tableau reporting tool as well. So Tableau reporting tool as well. Tableau reporting tool is nothing but, so Tableau is one of the best reporting tool. Under the 500 Fortune companies in US market, Tableau is one of that. You will get the good quality of the reports here. So here what I will do is, I will take the data, I will use the Hadoop for storing the big data and analytics, and I will show live reports to the Tableau. Live reports means whenever you append a new data to the Hadoop, automatically my reports will change in Tableau. This is called the live connection. Got it, right? For example, let's see, until last night I got sales report. Okay, I did the reports, done. And now I got new data. Instead of doing the reports manually again, just simply append this data to the existing table. So automatically, our reports will change in Tableau. This is what the client wants, right? End of the day, client wants reports only, right? So this is what the client wants here. And coming to the installation part, guys. So Cloudera is one of the best flavor here, right? Is a flavor we have. At the same time, I will show you about how we can make our own flavor. Because in real time, suppose if you say, see the client, sometimes he will say, I don't want to use any flavor, let's make your own flavor. Because Apache Hadoop is open source, right? Let's make our own flavor. Yes, you have to know about, right, how to install the manually Hadoop in the Linux machine. So nothing but I'm covering as the admin part here and the development part here and the BI tool called Tableau as a business intelligence tool. So covering as a whole, ending the project, whole end-to-end solution as a project level. So covering as end-to-end. So taking from the client raw data and give the client reports. In between, doing a storing, processing, analytics, and the making reports. So everything we have. So we'll use all these components we have. Okay. So coming to the